Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome to another men's Olympic basketball wrap up. We got Cardo Dudley Jr. here. I'm Wilson Tarpe Jr. And hell of a game we just witnessed. We had both games taking place today, where the two winners will be facing the gold medal game. That said, the one we just got finished watching, we watched France earlier, winning the day. USA rallied in the fourth quarter to beat Serbia 95-91. They'll face France in the gold medal game, I believe, on Saturday. Um, hey, Cardell, where do you want to start at?
Uh, well, I knew it's always one team that brings it. I don't care how loaded a team is from the USA. There's always one team that's game, and Serbia was game. Gave them a hell of a scare. I just think the difference obviously was Steph Curry and his shooting throughout the game, but especially in the first half. I just think down the stretch, the depth. That's the difference. It's just the depth, man. It's the depth. Like I'm not gonna say Serbia played lights out because I still think Jokic could score better. He did a little bit of everything, but but you got to consider he's dealing with not just Embiid, but they can throw Bam and Anthony Davis at him. Two of the best defensive bigs in the best. So he's dealing with three all league bigs at once. Meanwhile, when they're in the game, they're only dealing with one, and that's the difference. That's the problem. Uh, Serbia can guard the three. Obviously, Steph torched them. You know what I mean? It just came down to late game execution, and it came down to which team can get a bucket. Obviously, USA has many more options than Serbia, and in a close game, that's the difference. And I've said it throughout the Olympics. I said, look, to beat USA, you're going to play an amazing game, but you're going to do it the entire time. It can't be a half. It can't be 30 minutes, 35 minutes. It has to be legitimately 40 minutes because they have guys and the various options that they can go to that can keep plugging away. They don't go away until you have to knock them out. Whereas other teams, not so much. You can get them because they don't have the wave of talent after you get past maybe the first two or three guys that can bang with the U.S. And that's pretty much what you saw, man. Look, I think Serbia, what they shoot? Yeah, Serbia shot, 56% from the field, 38% from deep, 83% from the line. Problem was USA shot 50% from deep. And no, they shot 46% from the field, 38% from deep, and 83% from the line. Problem is USA shot 57% from the field, 50% from deep. Big part of that was Steph. And that offset them shooting 64% from the free throw line. And then you lose by 4. You gotta get stops. You gotta play both ends efficiently, and you gotta be able to do it for 40 minutes. And that's just tough to do, man. And it's tough. It was a beautiful game. I know all these people was talking about with this loaded USA team that the world hasn't caught up. Yes, it has. And you also got to understand the top international players are spread out amongst countries. It's not one team where they all can just play on. It would be a different ball game. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, let's imagine a Jokic, Giannis, Wembanyama front court. I rest my case. And we ain't even get to like Shea and Luka in the backcourt or something like that. I rest my case. So, yes, they've closed the gap dramatically. And, yeah, this was a possible upset. You know what I mean? Like, for most of the game, you was like, what the hell? Like KD, hey man, what's up? Where y'all at? Like, wake up. You know what I'm saying? And this goes to show you guys, you got to play. You got to play. you got to come out and play, man. You can't sleep on nobody. NBA finally had a game where it's like, all right, bro, you deserve to be on here because without his performance, they lose. But LeBron, triple double, man. You know what I mean? But let's be real. This was Steph Curry. He kept them alive and won it. Simple as that. This was Steph Curry. It was simple. Give him the ball and move the hell out of the way. And this is him, they've been clowning on him, for some of his games, lack of scoring or whatnot. Like, man, what are you here for, man? And in the biggest game that they needed him, he showed up in a monster way. And that's why he's top 2 or 3 point guards of all time with Magic and Isaiah. You see what I'm saying? You saw it in this game, man. So look, hell of a win. They needed this to be humbled and understand the job is not finished. So now it should make Steve Kerr's life a lot easier when he has to coach them and tell them different things. They're going to respond. But, don't sleep. You know what I'm saying? Because, France is coming up. I know some people pretty much feel like this was the gold medal game. I'm not going to say that. France got those towers in the middle. You couldn't even deal with, you struggling with Serbia, which is Jokic. You know what I mean? So, the thing with France is their bench. Will their bench step up and their guard play? Because now you got a hot Steph Curry to worry about. You see what I'm saying? That changes everything. So, and I'm pretty sure the other guys that didn't play well, the Ant-Mans, KD until late, Drew, all those guys, Bam ain't score, Anthony Davis, Devin Booker with you. Like a lot of guys ain't play well. They gonna be motivated and it's the gold medal game, they gonna be on one. And I expect them to be on one. So, but you still got to play the game, and we're gonna see how it goes. But hell of a game.
Yeah, hell of a performance by Serbia. Like you've been talking about. There's a checklist you have to execute scaring, and then beating USA team. They almost checked every box, but like you said, why is it so freaking difficult? Steph kept them folks alive for 3 quarters until the right 5-man lineup was in the game. It took, he kept them afloat for 3 quarters where the right button cannot be hit until the 4th quarter. And credit, I saw everybody going on to coaching or whatever, but 32-15 in the 4th in an Olympic game, that was a dominant 4th quarter. Credit those 5 that was on the court for that to happen. But you said we've seen Melo have signature games while wearing the USA jersey. We've seen KD have those games. We've seen Bron have those games. This was Steph's. Like you mentioned, this was Steph's game. And for Embiid, this was the welcome to, he's officially, this is your official. Hey, this is what it takes. This is what I need to bring game for him. And they had to be done on a defensive end, which is the part that I appreciated the most. We know the type of defenders they had, but the 5-man lineup that they used to get away with it, it was Steph and a whole bunch of wings and bigs, oversized. Like they put KD on Bogdanovic to kind of chase him around screens or whatever to kind of cool him off because people his height, he was having success against Drew Holiday and Derek White, who have been excellent defenders prior to this game. Bogey got hot and that was it. He was having success. What's the other gentleman's name? Avramich, the other guard. He started the game on one. And then, Serbia, very smart team. They take advantage. Your best player is the best player in the world. It's Jokic, right? Mm-hmm. You get the running pick and roll actions or whatever. Most teams, Serbia is probably delivering a knockout punch to a team that you go up 17 against 15 against. But again, that closing group, you were able to get away with some of the switches where you were switching your center with another 7-foot player or switching your center and it's LeBron on Joker for a little bit. Switch it again and it's Kevin on Joker. Switch it again, like you said, the depth.
Yeah, and the execution of Serbia. Mm-hmm. Obviously, they know they can't come and go man for man with USA, so what they're going to do is stress them. They're going to really test to see your discipline and your chemistry defensively, and they're going to make you guard for the entire shot clock. And the thing is, they got the ultimate guy. The ultimate guy is a passer that's surgical, where if you make a mistake, it's not even a thought if he's going to make the right play. The play is already being made when you realize you are messed up. It's over. You know what I'm saying? And he can get it there. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. But the thing with that is late in the game, with him being such of a passer and the bigs, he has the defensive bigs that they can keep throwing at him, and it kind of limits his scoring. And that's why I was like, late in the game, all those guards going to be up to hitting those big shots when the pressure's on. And I'm talking about Serbia. I'm like, I'm not so sure. Whereas the USA, they have a whole lineup of guys that hit big shots in their career where this is nothing. I've done this before. Now, ultimately, Steph did it, but it was still, still a matter of will they be able to sustain for 40 minutes? And they weren't. You know what I mean? That's the thing. And that's when, I was like, even though they were up late when the USA were coming back late in the game, I was like, Jokic got to find a way to get a couple buckets, because that will loosen things up, the pressure up on their guards, and keep the U.S. team honest. And he just couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? And credit USA for their defense, swarming defense and whatnot. But they had to clamp down. They really had to. You know what I'm saying? So, man, respect to Serbia for pushing. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody calling this the USA team, and you know how it is. Everything now is the greatest of all time and all that stuff. And I'm just like, nah, it ain't. It's not. You see, they almost lost with literally damn near the entire team being all NBA. So
no, they got pushed. I'm sorry, they got pushed to the point where the big red button had to be hit. Like, they got pushed to that point.
Yeah,
the big red button had to be hit. Like
look at them. They celebrating like whoop, because they know how long it would have been mighty embarrassing.
Oh, he wasn't living this down.
You said what? Oh no, you wasn't
living this down.
And what you got? 1, 2, 3, 4 guys that have had NBA experience. 3 that are currently in NBA, and your entire roster are NBA guys, and they push you to the brink. That means something. That says a lot. So I know people sleeping on France or whatever. If I'm in the USA, I don't sleep on nobody anymore, because this could very well have went the other way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Now I was gonna say, to your point earlier, like, it is gonna make it easier for Kerr preparing for France. How can you not be shook by this? Like, how can you not? And the other thing, like you said, I'm sure other folks want to bounce back from their poor performances. You don't have to lock in for France. And it's about meeting the standard that was there. You have to.
But you also got to deal with people that understand the Olympics is in France. That crowd about to be real. Because I saw the crowd when they was playing Canada, and they fought and they fought and they fought and they got them. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, it's about pride. So, nah, you can't go into the gold medal game acting like, oh, sweet, we got to go. We just want to go to the F that. You're in their home country. The refs going to be affected by it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And coming in ready to play.
Yeah, from the opening to, like, it can't be this. It can't be someone keep us alive until the 4th.
Okay. Yeah. And they beat 2 of the teams that people thought had a shot of getting to the goal back to back: Canada, Germany. and Germany. They beat them. And the thing is, France haven't even played their best game yet. So it's gonna be interesting, and they're gonna be motivated, because I think LeBron said something early in the Olympics like, "Yeah, I wasn't impressed with one of their games," and ever since then they've been ever since then. It is, watching them, unless it was some BS quote or something. I don't think it was. It was. Yeah, hey man, it's gonna be tough. I'm just not built that way, man. If it's an opponent, treat them with respect and get ready as if it's any opponent, because you'd be surprised where you give team life, and now it's like, dog, it's like Game 7 against the Dream Team or something like that, and it's like, hold up, and this team may not even have won a game, and you gave a team life like that. You just don't. It's like old saying we say in the neighborhood, don't play with your food.
Yeah, and they almost got caught today.
For sure.
What's it called? Steph fell 1 point shy of Melo's record for Olympic points in the game. Like, it took that.
And it took him to go in Warrior Steph mode with this team.
No, it took that. You had, what's it called? Kevin ain't been on the court with Bron and Steph together. With Bron and Steph together prior to this game for like an extended period of time. So it took full Warriors, like prime Warriors Steph. You had to bring back. You had to put KD on the court with Steph.
LeBron, Cavs version LeBron with the
like. Think about how the game closed. Like, think about what it took when they closed that game.
He had to be Embiid, because nobody else did anything. Like, let's keep it a buck. And don't think France ain't watching. They're like, yo, we control Steph and LeBron. I'm just saying. And they got two erasers that can do it.
Yeah.
None of that in the paint. Y'all better hit those threes.
And that's
So what if they all?
All them are able to get clean looks equally.
Now the thing with France is France. Can you score enough? That's
like you said with the guards. Are the guards going to allow you to stay in that game? Because if they're getting bludgeoned and you can't get the ball to the bigs, or they just get take advantage of, they on transition, like hey.
Or if they missing Wembanyama, Rudy, y'all better Yabusele, whatever. Y'all better be clean up, eat. Yeah. Get those kill them on second chance points. You know what I'm saying? Like at this point, it's just do whatever it takes to win, man.
I guess that was the thing I was appreciative of. While it shouldn't have had to come to this, I'm always a fan of not having to see a scare, right? I'm appreciative of the fact that when they got pushed, they responded accordingly. And it had to get done on the defensive end. We did see it done with pride. However, we don't need to see this again. Multiple things can be true. We need to see it.
I like competitive basketball, so I wasn't mad at it. I don't like blowouts, man. I like competition, man. So I'm not mad at it, but I get it, But yeah, you gotta hoop. You always gotta hoop.
I guess okay. So where I'm coming from is I don't like the fact that you had to wait, like that starting group. We've been talking about it this whole time. Slow starts, and it almost puts you in hell. And they got lucky. I think they made a little run before the end of the first half. They cut it to 11. They could have been down 20 at the half.
True.
Like it could have been down. But look, we got a player of the game. We all know who it is. You already we spoke on it many times.
And he's the X factor.
Yep.
He's the X factor. Because without his shooting, it's over. Not only do they lose by double digits.
Yeah.
So he's the player, Steph Curry, player of the game and the X factor.
Because that man was cooking while they were trying to figure out the other 4 people to put around him. He consistently kept providing buckets.
Like LeBron had 10 assists. I'm eager to see how many of those assists with the Steph. It gotta be like 7.
8. You better than me. I was already going 8. Because what's it called? In that star group, it was just Steph running off his stuff, Bron hitting him for a while.
Hey man, like man, look, man, people need to give it up, man. Like understand, the world not playing, and it's just gonna continue to get tougher till one day we wake up. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be like that, like every year. I don't know, because like people was talking, even France, people don't realize like the young boys that got drafted this year, Sar, the kid that went to France, the number 1 pick, they're not playing on the team.
Yeah.
But you might see them in the next Olympics.
And that's the part where I'm right with you. If you're Serbia or you're France, if USA finishes the job or what have you, you telling me they're not encouraged knowing that Wemby got a gang of people his age to come rumble with for future Olympics, right? Mm-hmm. Somebody like if you're Serbia, the dudes that just caused this damage to you today, you ain't got to see them in the Olympics anymore. Like you got to see Team USA, but you don't have to see that down the stretch.
Right.
Obviously, Team USA, someone's going to step up, what have you. But again, we're talking about several dudes who are like top 10 at their position of all time. We're on the court closing an Olympic game. Come on, man. Not to knock the U.S., but when this ends, they not part of the pool. Again, I'm not knocking what's coming next. I'm just simply saying, you're talking about France. Canada didn't have their full mob of NBA players. Like, just reminding folks, like there's a lot of the upper echelon of the USA is aging out. So we got to see if the next crop is ready to rumble, because some of these other countries got a head start. That next crop is already
getting experience.
Mm-hmm. So I guess thank you. That's what I was trying to get to. But like you said, Steph played the game, X Factor, man. Looking forward to a very, very competitive, exciting gold medal game. But USA survives. Hell of a fourth quarter. and we'll see what I'm interested to see what the starting lineup looks like for both teams come the gold medal game, because there's been changes on both sides.
Right.
Because France has had something going on too, where we saw them start the Olympics with, the Twin Towers, so to speak, and then the last 2 games, it's been windy and some of the youngsters.
Yeah, they got match up with those guards, and that's not Rudy's strength. He protects the basket, so I think you'll see more Rudy against like Embiid.
Mm-hmm.
But when Bam and AD on there, I think they're gonna go small. You know what I'm saying? And that further, the further, shows for France. Do you have the guard play to keep up with the U.S.? And that's the problem. The bigs can rumble. The guard play. Especially if Steph on this. If Steph on this, it's over. It's just gonna get bad quick. So, and you're gonna see a bunch of them guards trying to redeem themselves. Ant, Devin,
all of them.
Drew. Yeah, you ain't lying.
Hey, no, all of them not named Steph. I'm not trying to be mean. Like, I know Book got to close it out, but like he stayed on the floor because of defense. But every guard. Go ahead.
But let me ask you something moving forward. With the Tatum and Halliburton, with them not playing, you think this is going to affect USA going forward to get commitments from guys?
I think.
Why am I going to the Olympics just to not play?
Yeah, I think this is the last time we're going to see Kirk coaching it. That's what I think, because of where you're going. That's my response. Is that because the young dudes, they're not playing after this? Nope.
Yeah, because I'm not going all the way halfway across the world to not play.
And I'm not mad at them either. Like, I get it. But I think this is, for this group, you get away with it because of that veteran group is, that's it. And I'm not saying it's right. It's not right. Like,
no, I know you're not. But what I'm saying is, get away with it, bro. The way a lot of these dudes was playing, you might as well throw Halliburton and Tatum in there.
Yeah, there was no reason for Tatum not to play in a game like this. There was no reason.
And Halliburton outside of Steph?
Yeah. No, every guard was bad.
But yeah, that's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Like,
Steve can't coach again.
Let's keep it real. Steph, LeBron, and Joel, those only 3 that balled. Mm-hmm. Everybody else, you might as well try it.
Yeah. Like when he was fumbling through the lineups or whatever, there was no reason why Tatum wasn't one of the people to come and be part of the experimental lineups while they was trying to find an answer. There was no reason.
Oh yeah, like, man, I'm like, hold on, Drew and Derrick White, not give me Halliburton pass, bro. Step out, just give him the rock. Just give him the rock.
Or even what's it called? Why they out here trying to get all these different actions in? You had one of those lineups in where you had like taller wings on the court. There was no reason Tatum wasn't part of that at all. Like, you could have went even further where it was Steph and the 6'10" and up crew and got away. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
But yeah, I think this is Steve's last go round. We probably see Spo next time. Mm-hmm. I think, yeah. Nah, that's it for Steve. You got this one, and you can go with the OGs. You going with them, like, that's it. But now I'm right with you, because he for the way he likes to rely on folks, like, you can't, because like you said, why would you commit? If you wanted the younger folks post this group, why are you committing? There's no reason in hell. And everyone you ask will be like, Tatum. Tatum. Like, you already know the example that all of them going to use. But yeah, I think finish the job if you're able to. And when the OGs leave too, take Steve with them and hand the reins to somebody else. Whether it's Spo, Ty Lue, whoever. Hand them to somebody else.
Gotcha.
But appreciate you guys. We'll check it with y'all, I guess, tomorrow, because the women's will be taking on Australia. So see y'all there.